Good day, everyone. Good morning. Hello, Mapeh learners out there. Today is February 25, and it marks um, the commemoration of EDSA Revolution. So as we sit back and relax for this national holiday, I am here, Maestro Esom, and I am Felipe Sobripena Ramos from the Division of Taguig City and Pateros, and I am a Mapeh teacher of Senator Renato Compañero Cayetano Memorial Science and Technology High School. Today, I'm going to bring you back all the topics about the four components of Mapeh, which is music, arts, education, physical education, and health. Sit back and relax, and we are going to embrace education in a new normal way. Let's go, learners!
Magandang araw mga mag-aaral. Ako si Maestro Philip Ramos. Nag-aanyaya sa bawat isa sa inyo na samahan niyo ako sa panibagong paghihimay sa bawat talakayan tungo sa asignaturang Mapeh. Matuto, makialam, at maging handang isip. Handa bukas sa pagtuklas ng music, arts, physical education, at health. Handa ka na ba? Handa na rin ako at tara na sabay-sabay tayong
Kung bagong tunghay kayo sa channel na ito, maaari po sana kayo ay mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell upang kayo ay ma-update sa mga bagong labas na videos na maaaring makatulong sa inyo para sa sarili ninyong pagpapaunlad.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to another discussion and activity, but before that, please do subscribe and hit the bell button for you to notify to our new video lesson.
Kung bagong tunghay kayo sa channel na ito, maaari po sana kayo ay mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell upang kayo ay ma-update sa mga bagong labas na videos na maaaring makatulong sa inyo para sa sarili ninyong pagpapaunlad.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to another discussion and activity, but before that, please do subscribe and hit the bell button for you to notify to our new video lesson.
Magandang araw mga mag-aaral. Ako si Maestro Philip Ramos. Nag-aanyaya sa bawat isa sa inyo na samahan Good day, my Mapeh learners. Welcome to another learning episode of Embracing Education in a New Normal Way. I'm Maestro Philip Ramos. Welcomes you all in my learning portal.
Kung bagong tungkol kayo sa channel na ito, maaari po sana kayo ay mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell upang kayo ay ma-update sa mga bagong labas na videos na maaaring makatulong sa inyo para sa sarili ninyong pagpapaunlad.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another discussion and activity, but before that, please do subscribe, and hit the bell button, for you to notify to our new video lesson.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.
Magandang umaga mga ginigilo kong mag-aaral. Narito na naman ang inyong lingkod upang magbigay kaalaman tungkol sa mga aralin natin sa Mapeh. Nakaka-excite itong topic natin dahil ito ay tungkol sa sports officiating na alam kong marami sa inyo ay gustong-gusto ang mga sports activity at kailangang malaman ninyo kung paano ba ito i-officiate. Sports officiating is a tough job. Masyadong mahirap po ito. Yet, there are extraordinary rewards. To become a successful sports officiating official, this require mental health, good relationship building abilities, and toughness. On the off chance that you love sports, you will have the best perspective on the game as an authority. Masyado man mahirap ito, pero kung mahal mo yung laro na yon, yung klaseng laro na yon, ay may enjoy mo at may isa sa katuparan mo ang mga responsibilidad na nakaatang sa iyo bilang isang sports officiating official. Ano nga ba ang sports officiating? According to physical educators, sports officiating is defined as a system of overseeing sports explicitly on implementing the game principles and maintaining it in control throughout the whole duration of the game. The success of a certain sports activity mainly relies on the officiating officials assigned. Well, of course, pag sinabi nating sports officiating or pag sinabi nating sports officiating official, you should have a wide knowledge regarding the sports na ino-officiate mo. Kasi hindi ka naman papasok sa larangan na yon kung wala kang sapat na kaalaman tungkol sa laro na iyong i-officiate. So paano nga ba maisa sa katuparan ang mga responsibilidad ng isang officiating official? Kailangan taglayin mo ang mga sumusunod na qualities. Meron tayong physical qualities, emotional qualities, mental qualities, and social qualities. The role of an officiating official is very crucial in sporting endeavor. He defines the success or failure of a certain physical activity. It is therefore necessary for an aspiring officiating official to possess a number of qualities for him to meet the goal of having a satisfying, complaint-free, impartial, and successful game. So the first quality is physical qualities. These qualities refer to the physical attributes of an officiating official. Since an officiating official needs to catch up with every detail of what the athletes or players do on court, he needs to have a high level of fitness to be able to perform his job. To determine his level of fitness, he or she has to consider the following. First is physical fitness. And we said that physical fitness is the capacity of an individual to perform his or her daily tasks without undue fatigue and still has an extra energy for recreation and emergencies. Physical fitness is not achieved overnight. Alam nyo yan. One must work on with it, elevating his own level of fitness if he or she has to perform better in his chosen field of endeavor. Okay? Kailangan physically fit ang isang officiating official. Siyempre, tatakbo ka dun sa field or kailangang sumabay ka dun sa mga players. Hindi naman pwedeng ang isang officiating official ay naka-relax lang, nakaupo lang dun sa isang sulok. Kailangan, you have to be physically. For you to determine your fitness, you have to improve the following: the body mass index or your BMI, the PMHR and THR or the personal maximal heart rate and training heart rate. C, we have fitness or exercise program. And then the last one is nutrition and weight management. So yung mga yon dapat mong i-consider para matawag na ikaw ay physically fit para sa trabaho mo. Next is we have the emotional qualities. These qualities refer to the emotional readiness of an officiating official to perform his job in a game. He or she might have mastered all the rules and possesses a high level of fitness, but if the emotional attributes don't want him to perform the duties and responsibilities of an officiating official, failure is expected. Well, of course, bago ka sumabak bilang isang officiating official, you should know the rules of the game. And emotional attributes that an officiating official should possess includes confidence. So, kailangan sigurado ka doon sa mga rules or specifically doon sa mga violations na itatawag mo sa mga players. Hindi pwedeng ipakita mo or hindi ka pwedeng magpakita na hindi ka sure doon sa call or doon sa violation na itinawag mo doon sa specific player. It is having a belief in oneself. Yun, dapat meron kang confidence. Confidence can be situation specific, but practicing it through actual game immersions and observations of the game, officiating activities can help improve it. So yun, kailangan confident ka sa sarili mo bilang officiating official. Next is mental qualities. Just as physical and emotional qualities are essential, mental characteristics are also equally necessary. Mental toughness is the term used to refer to all the qualities pertaining to one's mental preparation in officiating a game. To be mentally tough requires one to stay focused, regulate one's performance, ability to handle pressure, awareness and control of thoughts and feelings, and one's command and control of the environment. Okay, so pag sinabi nating mental qualities, dapat na pag-aralan mo. Alam mo yung mga rules hanggang sa kaliit-liitang detalye ng game na pinasukan mo. You have the ability to focus, regulate one's performance, and ability to handle pressure. Hindi yung may nagrereklamo na or mayroong nag-question sa'yo, ay natataranta ka na rin or babaguhin mo na rin yung decision mo, specific player na yon. Hindi po ganon. Pag sinabi nating mental qualities, firm ka. Dahil alam mo, sigurado ka doon sa rules ng game na pinasukan mo. So, kailangang fair ka. Kasi, baka pag may nasilip sila na unfair judgment doon sa laro, ay magiging dahilan pa ito hindi pagkakaunawaan or sakit ng loob ng mga, especially yung mga natalong koponan. We also have the social qualities. Social qualities refer to the ability to deal with others at any given situation. Complaints are inevitable in a game. It is the ability of an officiating official to settle disputes without sacrificing the integrity of a game and the officiating team. To develop such qualities require practice just as the emotional qualities do. Surrounding oneself with people who make wise decisions, especially in officiating endeavors, might help one improve his or her decision-making skills. Pag sinabi natin social qualities, kailangan marunong kang mag-ayos ng mga disputes. Okay? Kung merong nagrereklamo, meron kang kakayahan para ipaliwanag ang mga violations na to, kung bakit tinawag mo yung violations na yon without sacrificing the integrity, or maalumanay ka pa rin, maayos pa rin yung paliwanag mo sa kanila. Normal lang na may mga nagagalit sa mga officiating officials, sa mga referee during games. Kasi nga, hindi natin hawak yung emosyon ng bawat manlalaro, especially kapag sila ay natatalo. So, kapag meron kang social qualities, good social qualities as an officiating officials, at nag-question sila, hindi mo sasabayan yung init ng ulo ng mga nag-question sa'yo. So, kailangan mahinaon ka. So, eto na nga, dadako na tayo sa mga different hand signals in basketball. Huwag kayong mag-alala dahil sa susunod nating video ay tuturuan ko kayo kung kailan gagamitin ang mga iba't ibang hand signals na to, and at the same time, sasabihin ko din kung ano yung karampatang penalties para sa mga violations na ito. Una sa listahan natin ay ang mga game clock signals. So kung makikita nyo dyan, stop the clock, ibig sabihin, or ang gagawin ninyo ay itataas lang yung kamay at naka-open palm siya. Susunod dyan ay stop the clock for foul. One clenched fist. Then tataas lang din, then close fist siya. Then start the clock, itataas yung kamay, then pababa, naka-open palm siya. Pangalawa naman ay ang scoring. For 1 point, 1 finger, flag from wrist. Okay, tataas yon. Then pangalawa ay ang 2 points, 2 fingers, flag from wrist. Pag 3 points naman, itataas yung kamay with 3 fingers extended. 1 arm lang yung itataas kapag ito ay attempt. At kapag ito ay successful, 2 arms yung itataas with 3 fingers extended. Okay? So sa substitution naman, for substitution and timeout, substitution, cross 4 arms. So makikita nyo sa picture. And then, beckoning in, 1 palm, wave towards the body. And then charge timeout, form T, show index finger. So itataas mo lang yung isang kamay mo, yung palad mo naka-face downward, tapos yung index finger mo, ididikit mo dun sa palm na naka-open. And then, immediate timeout, open arms with close or clenched fist. So yan, parang naka-oblation ka pero naka-clenched fist siya or naka-close yung fist mo. And then, sunod naman dito ay ang ating cancel score or cancel play. Okay? Scissor-like action with arms once across chest. So dadaan yung arms mo, 2 arms mo from your chest, then i-open mo siya. Okay? Naka-open yung palm. And then visible count, yung ito, nagbibilang ka. Counting while moving the palm. Okay? For example, dito yung 3 seconds violation, yung 5 seconds, yung 10 seconds. Ayan, gagamitin mo tong visible count na to. And then, for communication, papakita mo lang ay thumbs up. Magta-thumbs up ka lang. Then, shot clock, reset. Rotate hand, extend index finger. So, magro-rotate yung index finger taas. And then, direction of play, in or out of bounds. Point in direction of the play. Arms parallel to sideline. Kung makikita nyo nasa picture yan. And then, held ball or the jump ball situation, 2 thumbs up or 2 kamay nagta-thumbs up, then point in direction of play using the alternating possession arrow. And then, the violations, we have the traveling. So yan, magro-rotate fist ka lang in front sa chest level mo. Makikita nyo sa picture. And then, we also have the illegal dribble or double dribbling. Patting motion with palm. Alternate yon. And then, the illegal dribble or carrying the ball, half rotation with palm. Papakita mo lang yung palm mo, may direction siya. And then, another is the 3 seconds violation, arm extended, and then show 3 finger. And then, ito naman, kapag 5 seconds, 5 fingers yung ipapakita. And then, kapag 8 seconds, ay 8 fingers yung ipapakita mo. Nakataas po siya. And then, the violations for 24 seconds, fingers touch the shoulder. Okay. And then, ball return to backcourt, wave arm front of the body. Parang illegal dribble siya, kaso nga lang, naka-point yung finger, dalawang finger mo. Doon sa illegal dribble kasi ay open palm siya. Deliberate football, okay, tuturo mo lang yung paa mo after the whistle. We also have the legal use of hands, strike wrist. And then the charging with the ball, clenched fist, strike open palm. Okay, parang susuntukin mo yung palm mo. And then illegal contact to the hand, strike the palm towards the other forearm. Ayan, naka-open palm ka, didikit mo dun sa isang arm mo na naka-close fist siya. And then, excessive swinging of elbow, swinging elbow backwards. Ito naman yung signal niya. We also have hit to the head, another type of foul that is, you just simply imitate the contact to the head. And then, foul by team in control of the ball, point clenched fist towards basket of the offending team. The next one is foul on the act of shooting. Okay? Ito is one arm with clenched fist followed by indication of the number of free throws. Okay? Tataas mo lang naka-close fist ka or clenched fist ka, and then ilan ba yung free throw na kaakibat ng foul na yon or corresponding free throw para sa violation na yon or sa foul na yon. And then foul not on the act of shooting, one arm with clenched fist followed by pointing to the floor. Wave clenched fist on both hands. Okay? Then we also have the technical foul, firm T, showing palms. Okay, open palm siya. For unsportsmanlike foul, you just have to grasp your wrist upward. Okay? And disqualifying foul, clenched fist on both hands. Tataas mo lang siya. And then the last one, free throw, hold one finger up. For two free throws, hold up 2 fingers. And then for 3 free throws, hold up 3 fingers. So kung kailan natin gagamitin yung mga iba't ibang hand signals na yan, ay malalaman nyo sa ating susunod na video. This time, kabisaduhin nyo muna kung ano-ano ang mga iba't ibang hand signals for basketball. Abangan sa ating susunod na videos. Happy learning po!
Kung papuntahay kayo sa channel na ito, maaari po sana kayo ay mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell upang kayo ay ma-update sa mga bagong labas na videos na maaari makatulong sa inyo para sa sarili ninyong pagpapaunlad.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another discussion and activity, but before that, please do subscribe, and hit the bell button, for you to notify to our new video lesson.
Hey there. subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.
Magandang umaga mga ginigiliw kong mag-aaral. Panibagong video na naman ang ating ihahatid sa inyo. Ngayong oras na ito, panibagong paglalakbay sa mundo ng sining ang ating tatalakayin. At ngayon ay nagbabalik tayo sa nakaraan, particular sa Western Classical Art period. Ngunit sa video ito ay magiging focus natin ang obra maestra, estilo at pamamaraan ng pagpipinta sa prehistoric, ancient Egypt, classical Greek, Roman era, Byzantine, Romanesque at Gothic era. Ang Western Classical Art ay nahahati sa tatlong bahagi. Ito ay ang Ancient, Classical, at Roman. Sa unang bahagi ay ang Ancient Art. Ito naman ay nahahati sa dalawa. Ito ay Prehistoric era at Ancient Egypt era. Sa prehistoric art, ang kanilang mga paintings ay matatagpuan sa loob ng mga kuweba at ito ay ginagamit upang makipag-usap o may parating ang mensahe sa ibang tao dahil sa mga panahong ito ay hindi pa gaanong napag-iibayo at ang mga ilang lugar ay hindi pa nararating ng sistema ng pagsusulat. Ginagamit din ito sa religious or ceremonial purposes. At ang mga prehistoric drawings ay madalas tama sa proporsyon o kinukuha ang eksaktong laki ng mga bagay na kanilang pinipinta. Isang halimbawa nito ay ang The Cave of Lascaux. Ang Cave of Lascaux ay pinaniniwalaang nadiskubre noong September 12, 1940. Meron itong 2,000 figures at napag-alaman nilang meron itong 6 na sections. Ito ay ang The Great Hall of Bulls, The Lateral Passage, The Shaft of the Dead Man, The Chamber of Engravings, The Painted Gallery, and The Chamber of the Limbs. The dominant features in the painting were large animals native in the region. The Cave of Lascaux was open to public, ngunit sa kalaunan ay sinara din ito dahil ang mga taong bumibisita ay hindi maiwasang humawak sa mga bahagi ng kuweba at may bahagi ng mga drawings sa kuweba na nasisira. Kaya, naisara din ito. Dumako naman tayo sa paintings of the ancient Egypt. The purpose of their paintings is to make the deceased afterlife pleasant. Ito ay dahil sa paniniwalang kapag namatay ang isang tao, ay mayroon siyang kalalagyan somewhere at sa pamamagitan ng disenyo o drawing sa mga himlayan ng mga namatay na ito, ay magiging maayos ang kanyang patutunguhan. Ito rin ay para mapanatili ang alaala ng tao noong siya ay nabubuhay pa. Ilan sa mga characteristic ng mga paintings under ancient Egypt ay highly stylized, symbolic, and shows profile view of an animal or a person. Gumamit na sila ng mga kulay gaya ng red, black, blue, gold, and green na nanggaling sa mga mineral pigments na kahit nakababad ito sa sinag ng araw ay hindi ito madaling kumupas. Isa sa halimbawa nito ay ang sarcophagus from Tutankhamen, na kung saan makikita ang mga kaganapan ng hari o king noong siya ay nabubuhay pa at kung ano ang nais mangyari underworld matapos ang kanyang kamatayan. Sunod dito ay ang classical art na nahati naman sa dalawang bahagi. Ito ay ang classical Greek era at Roman era. Under classical Greek era, paintings were commonly found in vases, panels, and tombs. They depict natural figures of their mythological beliefs and battle scenes and everyday scenes. So madalas, ang mga subject sa mga paintings sa classical Greek era ay ang mga pakikipagdigma or yung mga araw-araw na pamumuhay ng mga tao noong panahon na yon. Sa classical Greek era, natuto silang gumamit na fresco. Ano tong fresco na to? Fresco is a water-based pigment method of painting freshly applied plaster usually on a wall surface. So colors are made from ground powder pigments mixed in pure water, dried and set with plaster to become permanent part of the wall. So pinupulbo nila yung mga colored stones o anumang may kulay at hinahalo nila sa tubig para gamitin bilang pangkulay sa mga walls. Sumunod dyan, meron silang encaustic. Ano naman yung encaustic na sinasabi natin? Ito ay na-develop ng mga Greek shipbuilders na ang unang purpose nila ay ang paggamit ng hot wax ay ginagamit nila for the cracks of the ship. Okay, sa mga butas ng mga ginagawa nilang mga ship. However, nung lumaon, they added colors to this wax and ginamit na nila bilang pangkulay sa mga ginagawa nilang mga ship. We also have Kurtz style. Ang Kurtz style is a vase painting method referred to as Kurtz vases. Ang Kurtz vases are red pottery figured name from the place it was found. So, meron tayong 4 na halimbawa ng mga Kurtz vases. Number 1 is Pelike, which is the wine container. Sunod dyan ay ang Lecanis, a low bowl with 2 horizontal handles. Nakikita niya sa pictures. Pangatlo ay ang Lebes Gamicos with high handles and lid used to carry a bridal bath. And then the last one is the crater or a bowl used for mixing wine and water. Madalas ang mga ipinipinta nila sa mga vases na to ay scenes from the life of women at natutunan na rin nilang gumamit dito ng technique na tinatawag nating polychromy. Ang polychromy ay ang paggamit ng mga iba't ibang kombinasyon ng kulay, especially the brilliant ones, at ginagamit nila ito in a creative manner. Isang halimbawa ng paintings from classical Greek era ay ang panel painting. What is panel painting? Ito ay ang pagpipinta sa mga flat panels of wood that can be small, single piece, or several panels joined together. So, isa dito ay ang pizza panel, which is considered the earliest known panel painting. So, gumagamit sila dito ng different pieces of wood. Pwedeng isa lang. Doon sila nagpipinta sa piece of wood na yon. O di kaya ay, kapag malaki-laki ang gusto nilang masterpiece, gumagamit sila ng several pieces of wood at pinagdidikit-dikit ito to come up with a masterpiece. Dito din sa classical Greek era, meron tayong tomb or wall painting. Okay, they use the method of fresco with tempera or water base and encaustic in a limestone mortar. Isang halimbawa ng wall painting ay ang Tomb of the Diver. Kung mapapansin niyo, bihira na lang ang mga na-revive or natagpo ang mga halimbawa ng mga painting na to since ang mga ilan ay gumamit ng water-based pigment na hindi naman masyadong nagtatagal unlike yung mga inuukit sa mga kuweba. Nasisira din ito sa pagdaan ng panahon. Kaya kukunti na lang yung nakikita natin ngayon. And aside from that, ang mga ilan ay gumamit sila ng panel of wood. At wala namang panel of wood na magtatagal ng 100 years. Dumako naman tayo sa Roman era. Under Roman era, meron tayong 3 bahagi nito, which is the Byzantine, Romanesque, at Gothic era. Sa Roman era, most of paintings in this era were imitated from Hellenic Greek paintings in fresco technique, in brightly colored backgrounds, division of the wall into multiple area, or what we call tic-tac design, and the multi-point perspective. Isa sa pinaka kilala dito sa Roman era ay ang disenyong mosaic. A mosaic is an art process wherein an image is created using an assemblage of small pieces of colored glass, stones, or other materials. Ginagamit na natin to dati pa, kahit nung mga elementary tayo, gumagamit na tayo ng mosaic at ang madalas na ginagamit natin ay yung eggshell. So alam na natin kung anong itsura ng mosaic. But during those times, ang mosaic ay ginagamit nila sa floor design or sa kanilang mga walls. Isa rin sa mga characteristic ng paintings under Roman era, gumamit na sila ng landscape painting. At ang kanilang mga subjects ay still animals, everyday life, still life, mythological subjects, and portraits. At nandiyan na rin yung landscape. Pinakatanyag na halimbawa ng Roman era painting ay ang Head of Alexander. Ano tong Head of Alexander na to? It is a floor mosaic that depicts the battle between the armies of Alexander the Great and Darius III of Persia. So gumamit sila ng mga bagay-bagay na pinagdikit to come up with that image. Sa Byzantine painting, lively styles of painting is still there. However, ang kanilang mga subjects na dito ay about Christian. Madalas ang ginagamit nila dito ay ang larawang may kinalaman sa simbahan or sa relihiyon o pananampalataya. Isang halimbawa nito ay ang The Court of Empress Theodora. Theodora is an Asian queen with dark eyes and hair with fierce expression. She is married to Emperor Justinian at pinaniniwalaang sa Byzantine period, si Theodora ang most influential woman. Another painting is the fresco from Villa of Mystery. The next one is the Romanesque painting. Most of the paintings are influenced by Mozarabic, where elongated oval faces are evident, with large staring eyes and long noses, figures against flat colored bands and heavy outlining, most found in walls of churches. Ginagamit na nila ito bilang disenyo sa mga dingding ng simbahan. Isa sa mga pagkakakilanlan sa Romanesque painting ay meron silang tinatawag na Mozarabic or ginagawang hindi na yung actual na itsura ng tao yung lumalabas dun sa kanilang mga paintings, kundi ginagawa nilang elongated yung mga mukha, pinapalaki yung mga mata at yung mga ilong, hindi na yung actual. Under the Roman era ay meron tayong Christ in Majesty as a perfect example, wherein Christ wears a grayish white robe with a blue mantle. Underneath the mandorla or the enclosure surrounding the holy figures in this painting is a black band with a white writing. The Romanesque paintings are largely placed mosaics on the walls of the churches that follow a straight frontal pose. And then the last one, we have the paintings from the Gothic era. Paintings have been confined in the illumination of manuscript pages and the painting of frescoes on the walls of churches in cosmopolitan style, elegant mannered, and sophisticated, or the characteristic under this period. Madalas, meron tayo nito sa Pilipinas, especially yung mga old churches, na kung saan makikita natin ito sa mga glass windows or even in their walls. A perfect example of Gothic era painting is Shepherd David. The Shepherd David is a painting shows some realistic details and naturalism. Dito din sa Gothic era ay gumagamit sila ng mga paintings sa stained glasses to transform the vast stone interiors with warm and glowing color and at the same time to instruct Christians in their faith.
That's all for today's learning session. I do hope that you learned something from the given topic. Till next of learning session from Bridging Education in my learning portal. Again, this is Sir Philip signing off for today's session. Bye-bye! Keep learners.
Kung bago po kayo sa vlog ko, maaari po sana kayo ay mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell upang kayo ay ma-update sa mga bagong labas na videos na maaaring makatulong sa inyo para sa sarili ninyong pagpapaunlad.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another discussion and activity, but before that, please do subscribe, and hit the bell button, for you to notify to our new video lesson.
Hello, grade 9 students. This time we are going to talk about the medieval period. Medieval period happened during the 700 to 1400 BC. Medieval period is also known as Middle Ages or Dark Ages that started with the fall of the Roman Empire. During this time, Christian church influenced Europe's culture and political affairs. During this period, monophonic plain chant or the Gregorian chant came across the history. Now, what is monophonic plain chant or the Gregorian chant? Monophonic plain chant is the official music of the Roman liturgy, or more precisely, it is the official sung prayer of the Roman Catholic Church. I repeat, monophonic plain chant or the Gregorian chant is the official music of the Roman liturgy, or more precisely, it is the official sung prayer of the Roman Catholic Church. It was named after Pope Gregory I, who made this approved music of the Catholic Church. Pope Gregory's action made this monophonic plain chants reach its popularity. This monophonic plain chant was originally transmitted orally. However, scholars agreed to put it in notation to assist dissemination of chants across Europe. This made the transmission or the transfer easier among Christians. There are different characteristics of Gregorian chant. First is monophonic. Monophonic means there is only one voice. There is no harmony. The voices of the singers sing the same words at the same time with the same melody. In short, the many voices are united into one or in unison. Monophonic plain chant is a free meter. This means there is no exact time signature. Nearly all other forms of music have metrical rhythm. This means that there is a regular repeating rhythm. For example, dance music. It has to have repeating predictable beat, and this is not the case on the Gregorian chant. Rather, it has free rhythm. The reason for this is that the music is wedded with the liturgical text, which is usually prose speech. Think of a speech. Does it have a rhythm? Yes, it has, of course, but it is different from the regular recurring rhythm of, say, a clap. Therefore, chant has rhythm, but it is that of the natural rhythm of prose speech that is totally different from what we are used to hear in most other forms of music. Music with a strong feels on the carnal part of a man. It affects the passions. This can easily be demonstrated by playing music with a strong beat in any room full of preschoolers. They will move with the music. While Gregorian chant, it appeals more to the intellect and the spiritual faculties, which is its real purpose. The third one is it is rhythmic, which is written in the scales of very particular sound, which serve to wake varied feelings like withdrawal, happiness, sadness, and serenity. When we say modal, we also refer to a type of musical scale coupled with set of characteristic melodic behaviors. Okay? So next is Gregorian chant is based on Latin liturgy. The chants are taken from psalms, gospels, or prayers that are written in Latin, the language of the Roman Empire. Next is the use of noum notation. On the notation made by the scholars or composers for the purpose of transmitting it to the other Christians, they use noum notation. When we say noum, Gregorian chant is written on a stave of 4 lines, as you can see in the illustration. It has 4 lines, not like those that we use today, which has, of course, 5 lines. Aside from that, the notes are in square shape and that they are all receiving the same or equal value except if they are joined by a horizontal line. Gregorian chant is sung in a cappella or without any accompaniment. However, in the last few centuries, chant has been sung with organ accompaniment to support weak singing or out of belief that is too plain in its natural state. Aside from the Gregorian chant, we also have the Troubadour music, which is found outside the church. During the latter part of the medieval period, secular music, which was not bound by Catholic tradition, emerged. And this is the Troubadour music. Most of these songs were performed across Europe by groups of musicians called troubadours. Now we have the characteristics of troubadours. First is it is monophonic. When we say monophonic, just like the Gregorian chant, regardless of the numbers of singers, they sing in one voice or one melody or in unison. Sometimes it is with improvised accompaniment or they would gather materials to produce beat as an accompaniment while singing this. Read. His musical play Jules de Robin et de Marion was considered the earliest surviving secular French play with music. Another composition of Adam is that La Chanson de Roy de Cecil.
That's all for today's learning session. I do hope that you learned something from the given topic. Next of learning session of Embracing Education in my learning portal. Again, this is Sir Philip signing off for today's session. Bye-bye! Keep safe, Mapeh learners! Magandang araw mga mag-aaral. Ako si Philip Ramos, nag-aanyaya sa bawat isa sa inyo na samahan niyo ako sa panibagong paghihimay sa bawat talakayan tungo sa asignaturang Mapeh. Matuto, makialam, at maging handang isip, handa bukas sa pagtuklas ng music, arts, physical education at health. Handa ka na ba? Handa na rin ako at tara na sabay-sabay tayong
Kung bagong tungkol kayo sa channel na ito, maaari po sana kayo ay mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell upang kayo ay ma-update sa mga bagong labas na videos na maaaring makatulong sa inyo para sa sarili ninyong pagpapaunlad.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another discussion and activity, but before that, please do subscribe, and hit the bell button, for you to notify to our new video lesson.
Magandang araw mga mag-aaral. Ako si Maestro Philip Ramos, nag-aanyaya sa bawat isa sa inyo na samahan niyo ako sa panibagong paghihimay sa bawat talakayan tungo sa asignaturang Mapeh. Matuto, makialam, at maging handang isip, handa bukas sa pagtuklas ng music, arts, physical education at health. Handa ka na ba? Handa na rin ako at tara na sabay-sabay tayong
Kung bagong tungkol kayo sa channel na ito, maaari po sana kayo ay mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell upang kayo ay ma-update sa mga bagong labas na videos na maaaring makatulong sa inyo para sa sarili ninyong pagpapaunlad.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another discussion and activity, but before that, please do subscribe, and hit the bell button, for you to notify to our new video lesson.
Magandang araw mga mag-aaral. Nag-aanyaya sa bawat isa sa inyo na samahan niyo ako sa panibagong paghihimay sa bawat talakayan tungo sa asignaturang Mapeh. Matuto, makialam, at maging handa ang isip. Handa bukas sa pagtuklas ng music, arts, physical education, at health. Handa ka na ba? Handa na rin ako at tara na sabay-sabay tayong
Kung bagong tungkol kayo sa channel na ito, maaari po sana kayo ay mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell upang kayo ay ma-update sa mga bagong labas na videos na maaaring makatulong sa inyo para sa sarili ninyong pagpapaunlad.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another discussion and activity, but before that, please do subscribe, and hit the bell button, for you to notify to our new video lesson.
Good day, my dear learners. For this video, we are going to discuss the Renaissance period that happened after the medieval period, particularly during the 1400s to 1600s. When we say Renaissance, this term comes from the word renator, which means rebirth, revival, and rediscovery. It is also said that the Renaissance period is the period of looking back to the golden age of Greece and Rome. This means that during this period, people started taking an interest in the learning of ancient times, in particular, the learning of ancient Greece and Rome. During this period, invention of printing press by Johannes Gutenberg started the printing revolution. This paved way for a wide distribution of Renaissance compositions. Composers during this time also started selling their compositions since there is already a machine to reproduce their masterpieces. During this time also, Copernicus was able to discover the actual position of the Earth in the solar system. Compass was also invented in this era that created a wider navigation not only of the lands but also of the oceans. And during this period came Martin Luther, who began to question the basic tenets of Roman Catholicism that made him a controversial figure because of this Protestant Reformation. The influence of the Roman Catholic Church started to decline as the new music genre arose. Though sacred music was still a great importance during the time, secular music became prominent. It was then considered the golden age of a cappella choral music. We also have, of course, the characteristic of Renaissance music, and that the first one there is polyphonic, which means there are different melodic lines played by different instruments or voices at the same time. Thus, blending of voices came across the history. Yes, blending among voices during this era began to work. There is also an imitation among voices during this period, which became very common among the singers. When we say imitation in this music industry, it means that there is a repetition of melody in a polyphonic texture shortly after its first appearance in a different voice. Another characteristic is the use of word painting in the text and music. When we say word painting, we refer to a musical technique of composing music that reflects literal meaning of a song's lyrics. Let's say ascending scales would accompany lyrics about going up, while slow or dark music would accompany lyrics about death. In short, kung masaya ang lyrics or meaning ng isang kanta, composers would use a fast beat music. While kapag ito naman ay malungkot, ay mabagal ang beat ng music. Yung technique na ito ay may pinakamalaking tulong para mas lalong maintindihan o mas makaka-relate ang sinumang makakarinig sa mga piyesa. Okay. The third one is its melodic lines move in flowing manner, unlike during the medieval period. And lastly, melodies are easier to perform since singers have already an access to printed compositions, unlike during the medieval period that music were transferred orally. So now, we are moving on to the vocal music of the Renaissance period. The first one there is we have the Mass. Now, what is a Mass? Mass is a form of sacred musical composition that sets text of the Eucharistic liturgy into music. I repeat, a Mass is a form of sacred musical composition that sets text of the Eucharistic liturgy into music. Now, we have three characteristics of a Mass. The first one is polyphonic, which means we said a while back that there are different melodic lines played by different instruments or voices at the same time. Okay. Second characteristic is a cappella or with accompaniment. It must or it is sang a cappella or with accompaniment. Okay, and then the last one is the text may be syllabic, pneumatic, or melismatic. When we say syllabic, as you can see in the example, every syllable receives just one note. Let's say the word twinkle, which is equivalent to two syllables. Twink receive one note, while L also receives a single note. Okay, so that is an example of syllabic. Next is the pneumatic. Pneumatic means a fewer notes are set to one syllable. When we say pneumatic, two notes are assigned to a syllable. And the last one is melismatic, which means many notes are set to one syllable. When a syllable receives multiple notes, meaning three or more notes are set to one syllable, let's take this as an example. As you can see, we have the word Gloria over there. So the syllable glo receive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes. Okay. Ri and Ya receive one note each. For melismatic, it is not necessary that all syllables receive more than three notes. Other syllables can have one note as seen in our example. So, moving on to the five sections of a mass. The first section is the Kyrie or Lord have mercy, followed by Gloria, which means glory to God in the highest. And the third one is Credo or the Apostles' Creed. And then Sanctus and Benedictus, which is holy, holy, and blessed is he. And then the last one is Agnus Dei or Lamb of God. So those are the five sections of the Mass. I repeat, Kyrie, Gloria, Credo, Sanctus and Benedictus, and the Agnus Dei. Moving on to the next example of vocal music of the Renaissance period, which is the madrigal. Madrigal is a secular vocal polyphonic music composition which originated from Italy. It was written in a poetic text and sung during courtly gatherings. Okay, for this, madrigal was considered the most important secular form during the Renaissance period. We have the characteristic of the madrigal. The first one is polyphonic. Okay, we have defined polyphonic a while back. Next is it is sung a cappella. Third is through composed. And the last one is frequently in 3 to 6 voices. An example is April is in My Mistress Face by Thomas Morley. Okay. Moving on to the different composers of the period. The first one there is we have Giovanni Pierluigi da Palestrina. Giovanni is said to be the greatest master of the Roman Catholic Church music during the Renaissance period. Majority of his compositions are sacred music. He was committed to sacred music and has keen interest in satisfying the desires of the church leaders in the 16th century. Palestrina's Pope Marcellus Mass is held up as the perfect example of Counter-Reformation style, and we have the Kyrie as the first part of the first two sections of the Pope Marcellus Mass. His career reflects his commitment to the music of the church. He received his early training and spent the majority of his career in various churches in Rome, including the Pope's Chapel. He was an organist and the choir master at both the Sistine Chapel and at St. Peter's Basilica, which may have influence in his distinctively pure and restrained style in musical compositions. Palestrina also served as an organist in St. Agapito. His first book, Masses, became popular and was greatly appreciated by Pope Julius III. Palestrina has two sons but lost them both during the plague epidemic that struck Rome in 1570s. He had planned to become a priest but eventually changed his mind and married a wealthy widow. This improved his wealth and enabled him to pursue a musical career for the rest of his life. Next is we have Thomas Morley. Thomas Morley is the son of a brewer and who was born in Norwich, East England. He was a singer in the local cathedral from his boyhood, and he became a master chorister there in 1583. Thomas Morley was the most famous composer of secular music in his time. He was a singer in the local cathedral during his childhood and was believed to have studied music with William Byrd, an Elizabethan composer of sacred music. He received his bachelor's degree in Oxford and became an organist at St. Paul's Cathedral in London. He tried imitating Beard in his early works but veered toward composing madrigals that show a variety of color, form, and technique. Most of his madrigals are light and easy to sing with some aspects of Italian style. His Musica Transalpina, a collection of Italian madrigals fitted with English text, was published by Nicholas Young in 1588. Shortly after, he began publishing his own collection of madrigals and made significant contributions to the history of music. Some of his works include Fire, Fire, My Heart, Sing and Chant It, Fantasy, and It Was a Lover and His Last. So that's all. I hope you have learned a lot in this video. For the next video, we are going to talk about the Baroque period. Thank you and have a good day.
Why physical exercise is vital for a healthy brain and body. Physical fitness through exercise is one of the most common pieces of advice offered by medics across the planet. There are many benefits of exercise when done correctly. Some of the most common include improved blood flow, general body fitness, weight loss, and stress relief. This video seeks to focus on some of the direct benefits of exercise on the brain and the body. So, exercise and the brain. Well, according to an article published by the Harvard Health blog, exercise helps the brain both directly and indirectly. Physical activity reduces insulin resistance, inflammation, and stimulates the release of growth factors in the brain that affects the growth of new blood cells. These growth factors also encourage the abundance and survival of new blood cells, keeping the brain healthy. Indirectly, it improves brain activity, which also improves mood and sleep, and reduces stress and anxiety problems. So, physical exercise has been proven to have some of the following effects. Number one, boost the memory. Studies conducted on the hippocampus among children, adults, and the elderly showed that the brain structure grew after aerobic exercise. The hippocampus is part of the brain that holds the memory and is therefore crucial for learning. Number two, improve concentration. Exercise improves the ability to focus on one task, ignore distractions, and also hold and manipulate information. Aerobic exercise improves retention among students and therefore crucial for children, adults, and the elderly as well. Number three, improve mental health. Physical exercise is a great mood enhancer. The feeling of elation experienced after exercise is real and should be used as an alternative stress reliever. A 2010 study conducted for 8 weeks showed a significant decrease in the amygdala after yoga and meditation. The amygdala is part of the brain that is implicated in processing stress, fear, and anxiety. Number four, slowing cognitive decline. Physical exercise delays the onset of mental wear and tear and dementia, especially among the elderly. It pays to exercise early in life to avoid mental illnesses that come with old age. A study published on the neurology suggested that women who are physically fit in their middle ages were 88% less likely to develop dementia than their peers who were only moderately fit. 5. Physical fitness and weight loss. A study published in the Indiana Journal of Endocrinology and Metabolism showed that an active exercise training program was ideal for reducing weight and improving physical fitness among obese children. The effects were possible even without a change in dietary composition. Number 6. Protection of the body against age-related decline. According to a study published in the Journal of Aging Research, it suggests that physical activity maintained throughout life is accompanied with a lower risk of developing chronic conditions such as cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular, and coronary heart diseases associated with chronological aging. Number 7. Improved heart and lung health. When done on a regular basis, physical activity, both moderately and intense, lowers the risk of developing coronary heart disease, Regular exercise strengthens the heart muscle and its ability to pump blood to the lungs and the rest of the body. The lungs automatically pick up the pace to keep up with the exercise and therefore become stronger as well. Number 8, it increases lean mass and strength. High frequency training and low frequency training both contribute to improvements in lean mass and strength in men and women. Strength training also helps alterations in metabolism, increase in bone density, reduce the risk of injury, and even rebuild lost muscle. The buildup of muscle is necessary for preventing a resting metabolic rate that causes obesity. High-frequency training and low-frequency training both contribute to improvements in lean mass and strength in both men and women. Number 9, improved cholesterol levels. Regular physical activity and exercise are effective in lowering cholesterol levels in the blood and thus preventing the onset of coronary heart disease, heart attacks, and strokes. Clinicians recommend aerobic training or resistance training to ensure that healthy cholesterol levels are achieved. Number 10, prevention and management of diabetes. Regular exercise can help delay or prevent the development of type 2 diabetes by 60%. Daily physical activity, aerobic training, or resistance training prevents sugar buildup in the blood. Insulin sensitivity increases and the body can take up glucose during and after activity. Any form of physical activity that helps the body burn calories, e.g. walking, cleaning, running, sports, is beneficial and should be included in daily routines. So in conclusion, daily physical activity and a variety of exercises have significant improvements on the brain and the body among children, adults, and the elderly. Therefore, it is important to include regular exercise in our daily routines to maintain a healthy body and also to prevent lifestyle diseases.
Magandang araw mga bawat isa sa inyo. Nasamahan niyo ako sa panibagong paghihimay sa bawat talakayan tungo sa asignaturang Mapeh. Matuto, makialam, at maging handa ang isip. Handa bukas sa pagtuklas ng music, arts, physical education, at health. Handa ka na ba? Handa na rin ako at tara na sabay-sabay tayong
Kung bago kayo sa channel na ito, maaari po sana kayo ay mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell upang kayo ay ma-update sa mga bagong labas na videos na maaaring makatulong sa inyo para sa sarili ninyong pagpapaunlad.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another discussion and activity, but before that, please do subscribe and hit the bell button for you to notify to our new video lesson.
Channel.
The music of the classical period. Within the history of Western music, the term classical refers to the period from 750 to 1820. Amid this time, there were noteworthy changes in melodic shapes and fashion, recognizing the music from those of the past period. Modern music shapes rising, such as Sonata, Concerto, and so. This falls between the Baroque and Romantic period. Again, the distinctive characteristic of the music under this period is that it has lighter and clearer texture, and it is less complex. It is mainly homophonic. During this time, harpsichord as the main keyboard instrument was replaced by piano. So the first one there is we have the sonata. What is sonata? Sonata is a multi-movement work for solo instrument. Sonata came from the word sonare, which means to make a sound. This term is applied to a variety of works for solo instrument, such as keyboard or violin. There are three movements of sonata. The first one is allegro or the fast movement. Second one, we have andante or the slow movement. And the third is the minuet. It is in 3/4 time and in a moderate or fast tempo. I repeat, the three movements are allegro, which is the fast movement, andante, the slow movement, and the minuet, which is in 3/4 time and in a moderate or fast tempo. Another is that in composing a sonata, they consider three sections that makes it to be a distinctive classical music. We have the first one, the exposition, then the development, and the last part is the recapitulation. What is exposition? Exposition is the first part of the composition in a sonata form that introduces the theme. Second, we have the development. It is the middle part of the sonata allegro form wherein themes are being developed. And then the last one, we have the recapitulation. The recapitulation then repeats the theme as they first emerge in the opening exposition. So what are the three distinct sections? We have the exposition, the development, and the recapitulation. Next is we have the concerto. Concerto is a multi-movement work designed for an instrumental soloist and orchestra. It is a classical form of music intended primarily to emphasize the individuality of the solo instrument and to exhibit the virtuosity and interpretative abilities of the performer. I repeat, in concerto, it is made to emphasize the individuality of the solo instrument and to exhibit the virtuosity and interpretative abilities of the performer. We also have, in concerto, the solo instrument in classical concertos include the violin, the cello, clarinet, bassoon, trumpet, horn, and piano. So these are the examples of instruments under concerto. In concerto, it is usually composed in three parts or movements in which one solo instrument, it's either a piano, a violin, or a flute, is accompanied by an orchestra or a concert band. As you notice in this pattern, or yes, in this script, we have the exposition 1 and exposition 2. For exposition 1, it's only then that the orchestra will perform. In exposition 2, there comes the piano and the orchestra. For the development, we have the piano and the orchestra. And then for the recapitulation, the orchestra, and then the cadenza, the piano, and the coda is the orchestra. Then the last one is we have the symphony. A symphony is a multi-movement for orchestra. The symphony is derived from the word sinfonia, which means a harmonious sounding together. It is a classical music for the whole orchestra, generally in 4 movements. Symphonies are always scored for an orchestra consisting of a string section that includes the violin, viola, cello, and a double brass. We also have the brass, the woodwind, and the percussion instruments, which together form about 30 to 100 musicians all in all. So this is what a symphony looks like. So we have there different groups of performers holding different instrument, but they stay together according to the instrument which they are playing.
That's all for today's learning session. I do hope that you learned something from the given topic. Till next of learning session of Embracing Education in my learning portal. Again, this is Sir Philip signing off for today's session. Bye-bye! Keep safe, Mapeh learners!
Subscribe to my channel.
Kung bagong tungkol kayo sa channel na ito, maaari po sana kayo ay mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell upang kayo ay ma-update sa mga bagong labas na videos na maaaring makatulong sa inyo para sa sarili ninyong pagpapaunlad.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another discussion and activity, but before that, please do subscribe, and hit the bell button, for you to notify to our new video lesson.
ay mag-subscribe, click mo ang notification bell upang kayo ay ma-update sa mga bagong labas na videos na maaaring makatulong sa inyo para sa sarili ninyong pagpapaunlad.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another discussion and activity, but before that, please do subscribe, and hit the bell button, for you to notify to our new video lesson.
Kung bagong tungkol kayo sa channel na ito, maaari po sana kayo ay mag-subscribe, click mo ang notification bell upang kayo ay ma-update sa mga bagong labas na videos na maaaring makatulong sa inyo para sa sarili ninyong pagpapaunlad.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another discussion and activity, but before that, please do subscribe, and hit the bell button, for you to notify to our new video lesson.